Welcome to Women's Advocates. Come on in. I definitely think that Women's Advocates is an echo in the community. I mean, to be able to start from grassroots with a group of women with a desire just to give women phone numbers or hook them up with attorneys, and to be able to birth a place where they could come in and be safe, to give them an opportunity to say, hey, I can do something different with my life. I can make my own choices.
We are a domestic abuse shelter. We offer services to victims of domestic violence, women, children. From the time that the crisis phone call is received, we start preparing at that point for the family that's coming in. When women leave their homes, it's overwhelming for women. And when women come here, of course they need the domestic violence support and help, but they also need housing. Because to leave a house, you need a house.
The shelter part of what we do here is super central, but the piece that I've learned and where I see us growing a lot in the coming years is really the pieces out in the community. So the prevention, outreach, and education work, and then the other piece is the aftercare work and the work that we do to help women when they leave here, to make sure that they're really stable.
When the families come in the shelter, when the women come in the shelter, we have support groups. We have a battered women support group. We have a chemical health dependency group. We also have a housing group. And on Wednesday, we have just a resource meeting for the women where they share resources that can help them along the way.
The rewards for me are at every level of our work. The days that I do have the time to go downstairs and to be interacting with, meeting with, having conversations with our residents, the rewards of working with the staff at every level, again, the advocates who are doing that day-to-day work, but then also to get to be working at that advocacy level. And when I am talking about advocacy now, I'm talking about public policy advocacy and advocacy in the broader community and the broader movement. And I think this 45th anniversary for us has been such a great example of how we do have an advocacy role at that level as well. And it's one that we take it really seriously, having been the first domestic violence shelter in the country. If we're only doing direct service and we're not doing the movement work, we're only filling in half of the picture. We have to do the whole picture.
Well, anyone can be an advocate. I mean, we have legislators, we have community activism. Just get involved. Know what domestic violence is, how it affects women, how devastating it is. These are women who deserve to be free, who deserve to be free from pain and suffering, just like any human being in the world. They're sacred, just like everyone is, and they deserve that.
To me, being an advocate means assisting a woman through the process. It breaks your heart that they had to go through that process, and yet you have hope in that heart at the same time, and you have joy for that person. You have all these emotional feelings, and it's like, oh my God, I played a part in that. I played a part in her life of her kids being well, she's being well. And it's just, sometimes it can be overwhelming feeling.